Welcome back. This one is for the developers. I will show you how to get your own API keys. More importantly, how not to accidentally expose them on the internet. So let's do this. Before we get and test our API, I would like to introduce you to a tool that comes in handy and helps you understand whether your API works well or not. This tool is called Insomnia, and you can download it through insomnia.rest/download, and you can download for your operating system. Since I have it already installed, I'll just tap my Windows key and search Insomnia and open the application. So we can now log into a Zainpay dashboard to get our API key. If you notice, I am live. So if I come back to my Zainbox, you'll notice I have a Zainbox here. If I click here, I can see the account number and some transactions here. To get my API key, I go to Settings, API, and get my live public key. This is what I'm going to be using to test my API. So I'm going to copy my API key here because that is what I'm going to be using. So let's open Zainpay documentation here. You can go to the website zainpay.ng, go to developers to check the documentation. When I open Insomnia, I would like to create a new request. Click on Create, Request Collection. I can call it Zainpay Tests. I can create this. So I'll just say New HTTP Request and click here. Here is where I input my own request, and here is where I will see the response. So what I will do next is configure my auth and go to the auth tab and click here. We need to find bearer token. Click on bearer token. Make sure this label is checked, and here we add our public API key. So I'll paste it here. Let's first test whether our API is working by getting Zainboxes that we have for this account. To get the list of all your Zainboxes, you go to this URL, api.zainpay.ng/zainbox/list. Make sure that you are at get. You are making a get request. If you click on this drop down, you will see you have several options. We shall come to them later. You have post, put, and so on. But make sure it's at get. You click send. This is returning the Zainbox that we have. We only have one Zainbox for this. So here we will have the Zainbox code, activity status, and then the name, and here is our callback URL, which is our webhook. So I'll go back to my documentation and find get all Zainboxes. So I'll click on Zainbox, get all Zainbox accounts, and here is the live URL. So I will select this and highlight. I have to add the Zainbox code at the end, so I'll copy this, go back to Insomnia, paste it here, and the next is to add the Zainbox code here. So I'll go back to my Zainbox, click on it, and we can copy the Zainbox code here. Can click on this to copy, go back to Insomnia, then paste my Zainbox code and send a request. If you notice here, I have the Zainbox information. Bank type, the bank name is my internal settlement account. It returned a 200 status code, which means okay, this is successful. And we can find our transaction history right here. Live URL is api.zainpay.ng, Zainbox/transactions, then the Zainbox code. So let's copy this and test. and go back there. So in this section, I will just remove this inbox code so that I can just paste the URL and send a request. So let's see the transaction. Okay, I have a little bit of an error here. I think something is wrong with my URL. Yes, I have a double slash here, so I have to remove one of them and send this request. So now this is my transaction history. So these are the transactions that happened for this box. To get our balance, we are going to use this. So I will highlight this and copy it, then go back and replace this URL. So I'll just delete this and paste the new URL and send the request. This will return balance of my Zainbox. If you notice here, I have 0 with my bank and so on. You've learned how to generate API keys and keep them secure because security issues are no fun. Now, let's create a payment request.